Hi, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Judy. I've had this channel for a few years now, but my channel focuses on my health journey and I blend a little bit of that. I do some vlogging, travel vlogging, cooking, a lot of cooking, stuff that I incorporate into my fasting, along with just easy meals that you can make at home for you and your family. But mostly, the things I talk about on this channel is just things that I do to help myself mentally be stronger, physically be healthier, and be consistent in my health journey. So if that's something that you're interested in, I hope you choose to subscribe and stick around because I have some great tips in this video that I believe will make all the difference in the world because they have in mine. All right, so I'm going to be giving you guys 3 tips that have drastically changed my weight loss, my mindset, everything about my personal life has completely shifted and changed. And I am a different person. I am even blown away by how much things have changed in me, not just with my weight loss, but just with my mental strength, my ability to lead effectively in my job. Sorry, guys. I am in sales and I lead a sales team. And so I'm constantly trying to find ways to make my team better by bettering myself. So these tips that I'm going to share with you in this video, you can use in your personal life and you can always carry them into business as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be breaking down the top 3 things that have changed my life over the last couple months, and then I'm going to rank them. So I'm going to start with the third thing and then work my way down to the number 1 thing. So let's get started. Number 3. Intermittent fasting. So I have been doing intermittent fasting off and on over the past 4 years, and it has worked for me. But what I found is it was weird. It was like as soon as I turned 50, and that was a year ago, everything changed. It didn't matter if I fasted, if I did OMAD, if I did 2MAD, if I did long fast, short fast, I could not get the scale to move. And I knew that a lot of it had to do with going through the change. And so I didn't want to get too stuck on it. But I started to notice that, and I don't know if this happens to any of you, and I'm guessing that it's quite possible because that could be why you're watching this video, is when I don't feel good about my body and about my health, every other aspect of my life suffers. I suffer mentally because all I can think about is I don't like the way that I look. And there's a variety of things that come with that. And so the number 1 thing that I'm going to share with you guys when I get there is the thing that has made all the difference in the world and has changed me from the inside out. I can't even wait to get there. But in talking about the intermittent fasting, my fasting schedule is an 18-6 fast. I have decided that that works best for me, and I'm going to kind of go into why. But I do that Monday through Friday. And then on Saturdays, I do not fast at all. I give myself that day to enjoy my day, to have flexibility, because I don't know about you guys, but the weekends are just tough. There's always something going on. There's a birthday party. There's something I got to be at. And like tomorrow, example, I am going to see my new grandson for the first time. We're going to have lunch with them. And then in the evening, I'm having a pool party with my sister and we're going to eat all kinds of yummy food. And you have to give yourself that. Like I have found if I'm constantly depriving myself, those are the times that I'm going to binge and I'm not going to be happy. So I give myself Saturday. I don't fast. I don't stay on any particular schedule. And then Sundays, I'll do a longer fast, typically 20 hours. So I'll eat a light breakfast. I'll have a nice, healthy lunch around noon, and then I will not eat again until the next day once I hit 20 hours. And then I go back to that 18-6. So I have found that fasting schedule works best for me because I'm going to get into that next. I don't particularly care about eating dinner. I am more hungry in the mornings. I like to have a nice breakfast and a nice decent lunch. And then I'm typically full after that. I was just telling my husband yesterday how crazy it was that, I didn't even have a heavy lunch yesterday. And in the evening, my body over the last 2 months has gotten so used to not eating that I absolutely had no desire to eat. I wasn't hungry at all. And that was just a relief because there's nothing worse than going to bed hungry. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can understand that. So, one thing I found is you got to figure out what works best for you. That works best for me because I don't have kids. It's just me and my husband. Well, I'm not going to say I don't have kids. I don't have kids at home. My kids are grown, but it's just me and my husband. He works in the field. I work at home. And so I'm able to make food for my lunch and there's always leftovers. And so that's what he eats for dinner. And I still sit with him. He eats, we talk, we catch up on our day and we're good to go. And I feel great. The other reason I've decided to do the morning and afternoon eating window versus the afternoon and the evening is because I've been doing a lot of research, watching a lot of YouTube videos on best eating windows for women going through menopause. And I follow a few different doctors on YouTube, and they all say that when you're going through menopause, your hormone levels are all over the place. So you've got to manage those. And so when melatonin is high and the hormone levels in your body are high at the same time, you don't lose fat as quickly. So I think that's what was happening to me because I was doing the eating window of lunch and dinner. And so I was eating too late. And so what I have found is that stopping eating 2 hours before the sun goes down is what works best because once the sun goes down, melatonin starts to be created in our brains, which causes us to retain weight. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the fasting. The fasting obviously was one area, but I had been doing that for a while. So it wasn't the main thing that was helping me lose weight. But I found that just tweaking the fasting schedule is what made all the difference for me. So number 2, here is where I lost the most weight, you guys. So in the past, I did an egg fast. And I think I did a couple videos. I can link those below as well. And they were like, I did like a 3-day one and I did a 5-day one. And with those, after so many days, like just eating eggs, it gets really difficult. And so I decided that I was going to switch it up and I was going to do something similar. And so once a week, either for 2 days or for 3 days, I do an egg fast. And then I also incorporated some sort of other protein like chicken, fish, ground beef, etc. So the first week that I did it, I did ground beef and eggs. I will actually link that video below if you want to check out and see what I did over those 3 days, like what I cooked. And I lost, I think it was 4 pounds, if I remember correctly, in 3 days, you guys. That was more weight than I had lost in the whole first month, just doing the fasting when I hadn't incorporated these special fasts. I was just doing the 18-6. I was losing maybe a half a pound to a pound a week. And I lost 4 pounds in 1 week. So then I thought, this is something. I'm onto something. So then the next week I don't remember if it was chicken or it was pork, but it was one of the two. And I did that for 2 days and I lost another 3 pounds. And so it dawned on me like, oh my gosh, that's what I got to do. So I've got to tweak. I've got to add special fasts in between. And it doesn't have to be what I did. It could be something like you do a 48-hour fast or you do a 72-hour fast just to get your body to drop weight. And so since May 12th, it is now July 18th, but I weighed in last week. I haven't weighed in this week yet. I was down 12 pounds, you guys. Super excited. But fasting was not the only thing I did. Now we're going to talk about the number one thing that made the biggest difference. All right, guys, we're here. If you take anything from this video, I want it to be this. Because, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, your health journey isn't just about weight loss. It's about mental health as well. And for me, I knew that there was a lot, mental and spiritual for me. I mean, I don't know if any of you are spiritual or if you're not, that doesn't make a difference, but our mental health is huge. Because if we're mentally strong, everything else kind of follows. And so I was watching a YouTuber who talked about this app called the Habit app. And she mentioned that it was the number one thing that changed her life. And it definitely was for me. So the Habit app is an app that you download on your phone or your iPad or your tablet, whatever you have, where you can create daily habits that you want to put into practice, and you mark them off as you do them. And the one thing this YouTuber talked about was the 80-20 rule, where it talks about if 80% of the time you're doing things that you need to do, you give yourself that 20% to not be perfect, because none of us are, right? We're all going to fall. We're going to stumble, like the days when I have go over my calories, or, I do something that wasn't in my habit app. Like I wanted it to be a habit. It's okay, because as long as 80% of the time I'm doing it, or that I did 80% of the things that were on my list for the day. And so it was exciting, because as I downloaded this app and I started adding things to it, which I'm going to actually show you guys in a minute, as the days went on, I started thinking of other habits that I've been wanting to create, and I started adding them, and it became bigger. So I have like all these habits in the app that I want to do daily. And so I had to stop at some point, because I'm not going to be able to do them all, right? And then I'm going to constantly feel like I'm failing. So think about the most important things that you want to become habits. And then once they become a habit, you can take them off, and you can, substitute them for other things. So now I'm going to show you guys and kind of walk you through some of the habits I created to give you guys some ideas of what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and show you guys. So this is what the habit app looks like. It's pink with a little check mark. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to show you guys. And we're going to actually click off some things that I've already done today. So I mentioned earlier that I'm in sales and I have a full-time job outside of YouTube. And so one of the things I try to do is post on LinkedIn every single day, just to be active. Now, I haven't done that today, so I'm not going to click on that. My next habit is upload a YouTube short. I'm trying to make a habit of uploading shorts daily, so that way you guys have constant content coming from me. Now, I am going to say over the past few weeks, I've only uploaded, I think, one short, because I've been so sick. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice, but I'm struggling with getting over this really bad cold. And so I've been sick. So today my voice is somewhat back. So anyhow, I'm trying to get in the habit of creating more YouTube shorts. But now we're going to start getting into the deep stuff. I have spent 10 to 15 minutes listening to sales leadership content, because I'm a sales leader. I want to be able to, exercise that part of my mind. Lift weights, because I want to lift weights daily. Finish fast. What that means is that I finished the full 18 hours or the 20 hours or whatever fast I was doing. Stop eating 2 hours before the sun goes down. That has made a huge difference. Like I said, I'm finding that I'm losing more weight when I do that. Journaling. I've never been someone who journaled, and I think it's important, because in order to really feel successful, because not every day are we going to feel or see our results, but if we journal every day what we're feeling and what we're accomplishing, we can go back to that, and we can put those things into our brain to remind us that these things are possible. Start my day with something positive, worship music, or a spiritual lesson on YouTube. Eating a high protein breakfast and a balanced lunch. Do something nice for someone. I'm getting myself in the habit of every single day thinking about somebody else. Pray for 30 minutes. Track my food. That's another thing that's made a huge difference. I'm tracking everything I eat. Even on the days when I go over my calories, I still need to see what I'm doing and know at all times, because that way I can remind myself that no day or every day is going to be perfect. Read my Bible. I want to be reading my Bible every day. That was something I got out of the habit of doing. I wanted to get back in the habit of doing. And then drink 80 ounces of water a day. I'm terrible at drinking water, guys. And I wanted to get in the habit of drinking water. And they say in order to lose weight, you should be eating double your weight in ounces of water, or half your weight in ounces of water. So that's why I have 80 ounces of water, and then walk 7,000 steps a day. I'm starting small. I'm now working my way up to 10,000 steps, which I am going to go ahead and add to this app. But that's it, guys. That's the habit app. That is the number one thing that has changed everything for me. And it's because I'm excited to go into the app every night and check mark things off. I'm excited to see my progress. I'm journaling. I'm getting my feelings out. I'm talking about where I'm at mentally, when I'm struggling, when I'm doing good. I'm drinking water. I'm walking. I'm sticking to my fast because I think that's another key is that if you're going to set goals for yourself, if you have something to hold yourself accountable, you're going to be more apt to do it. So that's it, guys. These 3 things have changed everything for me. I'm going to continue to do them. I'm going to continue to take off things that have become habits and add new things. Right now, I don't feel like there's anything that I've been consistent every single day that has been a habit that I can take off yet. So I'm going to keep going. I'm only 2 months in, and I'm just excited to see what else happens. And at the end of the day, even if I don't lose any more weight, you guys, I'm just happy that I am mentally healthy. I'm feeling strong, and I'm just in a better place altogether. So I hope this helped you guys. If it did, please like it. Let me know what you guys think. Anything that you're doing that you think that I didn't share that you think might help me, especially if you're over 50 and you're going through similar stuff as me, let me know. I'd appreciate it. And that's it, guys. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.